Hey guys, Bandit here, and today I'm going to be going through the 3-2-2 vote in Survivor. It's something I haven't really seen much discussed about and felt the need to spread the light to its reasoning and history behind it. If these seem like videos you'd enjoy, stick around, maybe watch another video on this channel after this and see how things go. I don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's just jump into this. Now, individuals newer to Survivor or ones only getting back into it post season 20, for example, may be asking why pull off this plan as it is relatively a new idea in the grand scheme of things. Well, basically, the 3-2-2 vote is a refurbished idea of Cirie Field's 3-2-1 vote first introduced in Panama. Much like this vote, the 3-2-2 vote is one where the votes are split, except this time it is to exclusively counter an idol and of course happens at the final 7 instead of the final 6. Unlike in Panama where it is to potentially outplay a group of 3 at the final 6, it comes from the majority having 5 people at the final 7 and putting their votes on people. You don't want to put 5 votes all on one individual, as if they idle, someone in your alliance is getting voted out, and that might even be you. Therefore, you put 2 votes on the other person, typically the potential idol bearer's closest ally, so if they play the idol, they are still going home on the revote and damage the individual you wanted out. This is why the 3-2-2 vote is lesser known than the 3-2-1 vote, and that's because it came far later into Survivor's lifespan than Panama. Like, I bet right now you can't name where the plan originated from or its first time that it came up on Survivor. Well, let's test that and see if you actually do know when the 3-2-2 vote first came into Survivor. We begin in Season 21, surprisingly with Survivor Nicaragua, where Jill was the first victim of the 3-2-2 vote split. Now, unlike most vote splits, Jill actually wasn't the main threat, and instead it was Marty who did have a hidden immunity idol in that situation. The tribe literally knew. It wasn't even speculation. Brenda saw it. Marty barely survived a 3-3 tribal prior with Kelly Bruno, and so he was assumed to lose it in some way, whether it be playing it or giving the idol away. Yes, giving it away potentially. And by potentially, I mean he actually did. Sash convinced him he'd save him this vote and help him down the line, turning his one tribal of safety into several if he handed him the idol. And for clarification, Nicaragua isn't exactly known for its strategic cast, so hopefully that makes this play a little bit more understandable, I guess. With the idol, Sash trusted Marty more to the point he flipped his vote from Marty to Jill, and that's how she was eliminated 3-2-2 instead of Marty. Marty could have voted for Jill and made it 4 votes, however, he didn't want to seem as a backstabber individual, and he actually liked Jill quite a lot to the point that he wasn't willing to write down her name. Marty survived merge thanks to Sash, but was eliminated the vote after, so it wasn't the worst trade ever seen on Survivor at least. The next 3-2-2 vote occurred 5 seasons later in Season 26 Fans vs Favourites, where an underrated amount of strategy happened in my opinion. From the 3-3 vote ties to split votes against double idol play and an eventual 3-2-1 vote of its own to follow. Brenda Lowe was part of the original vote split in Nicaragua mentioned just prior, and it seems she was making it return again. This time Andrea and one musketeer, Eddie, were getting a bit too close for comfort and needed splitting up. Both were threats in their own right. Andrea was a well-liked favourite and returnee, and Eddie had 3 largely locked jury votes on the jury at that time, which is impressive considering it was a jury of 4 people in total at that point. Andrea had an idol and the majority wanted to flush it if possible, and so they put 3 votes on Andrea and 2 on Eddie. Brenda was a strong female and Andrea wanted her gone so she could have an easier time winning immunity challenges. But strength in that game wasn't seen as threatening as an idol, and despite both Brenda and Eddie receiving 2 votes, Andrea was the first female eliminated in Survivor history with an idol in her pocket with a 3 out of 7 overall votes. 4 seasons later in San Juan del Sur, Kelly Wentworth was the next victim of this vote plan. This was the earliest tribal it had been used in a season, and like Jill in Nicaragua, Kelly surprisingly wasn't the biggest target. It was actually Dale, her father, who was seen as the bigger nuisance. You see, Dale Wentworth is very particular in his way of cooking rice, and so is Missy Payne. So when the two were put onto the same tribe where the rice needed cooking, there was fireworks. After they lost the challenge, Keith teamed up with Baylor and Missy, and this left John and Jacqueline in the middle. In case Kelly had an idol and deeming her more of a strategic threat than her father, who was just seen as solely annoying, Kelly was voted out 3-2-2. Her and her father attempted to vote out Baylor in this plan, but alas. Following on from this is Christian and David vs Goliath. With Carl and Gabby gone, the Davids began cannibalizing their own, and with only 3 left and the weight of a Goliath majority of 4 in the tribe, another David was looking to go out next. Davy won a reward and invited Cara and Nick, but little did Nick know when he left to go to the toilet, Davy revealed it would be his last supper. Davy wanted him out as he was an emotional and unpredictable at that stage, and of course when Cara told Nick Davy was voting for him, chaos ensued. After the immunity challenge, Davy decided not to target Nick and go back to the original plan of voting Allison. Chatter was also beginning to pick up about Christian again, who idled himself last tribal to eliminate 5 votes cast against him. Davy didn't want Christian gone because he was a meat shield, but knew he would get votes himself. He played his idol on himself at Tribal Council, blocking Allison and Mike's votes, and despite him and Christian both voting for Allison, Christian received 3 votes and was eliminated from the game. I don't necessarily know if this split vote was intentional, because it seemed like strands of people were doing whatever person they felt was in their best interest. But it just seemed like a hot mess of a vote, although Davy and Christian were very close, so perhaps the majority of 5 wanted to outplay Christian's idol. Finally is Jeremy in Winners at War, who was seen to have a very close alliance member in Michelle, with one L, I have learnt. So close in fact that the tribe felt the need to split them up. Jeremy was the bigger immunity threat and posed more of a chance to win the game. Because of this, 3 votes were placed onto Jeremy with 2 on Michelle. However, Michelle planned to flip Nick to get Ben out, who was seen as untrustworthy. At Tribal, Michelle played her 50-50 coin and got immunity, blocking the 2 votes cast against her, but in a horrific turn of events, Nick didn't flip. Jeremy therefore was voted out with 3 votes, and his arch nemesis Ben lived to see another day. And that is it. There aren't many occasions of the 3-2-2 vote, but I'm sure we can all agree the occasions it has appeared in have been very influential and important. The 3-2-2 vote is such an important one in regards to breaking a strong alliance of 2, while simultaneously flushing an idol risk-free. Despite first happening 10 years ago now, in Season 21, it has continued strong into Winners at War. And if I were to guess, it would be used a lot more when Survivor continues on our screens after COVID finally clears. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Thank you for all the support on the channel. It has quite honestly been insane. We've been doing well and growing strong, and we're getting closer and closer of hitting that 100 subscriber milestone, which I can't wait to have. Remember to share this content with any individuals you feel would like it. Again, I try to do a lot of strategy videos on the channel, since that's what people like to do, but I also do history videos once a fortnight with specific Survivor players, which I know people really like, and they also like to comment on. If you want to put any video suggestions in the comments, I'd appreciate that, and I hope you all enjoyed this upload as well as the one tomorrow due for the exact same time. Thank you guys for watching nonetheless, and peace!